This topic really fires me up. And no, it's not because I have liters worth of caffeine flowing through my veins. Here's the topic today: what recruiters, hiring managers, and talent acquisition specialists should be focused more on. So we can both agree. The workforce is ever evolving. Yet, I'm completely amazed and a little bit perplexed as well too, that work experience is still regularly factored in as the number one reason to hire talent. Now, here's the stark reality. Experience doesn't necessarily predict a new hire's success. And that's not only something I've witnessed firsthand across multiple industries over the past 15 years, but it's also backed by research and data. We should, of course, be data-driven, right? So 2 years ago, a Florida State University study revealed that there was no significant correlation between an employee's prior work experience and their performance in a new organization. So if you were to go sample data from, say, Indeed or Monster or LinkedIn, of course there's changes from a few years ago, but you'll likely notice that even in 2021, there remains a strong preference for the experience. And yes, this somehow still applies to entry-level jobs. That's a topic, my friend, for another day. But even if you believe that experience means a candidate is more quote-unquote job ready, wrapped in a nice little bow, it doesn't always translate to better or longer tenured employees. So, back to the topic. What should recruiters, hiring managers, and talent acquisition specialists be focused more on? Say it with me. Skills. Preach it. Skills. That's what it should be. Naturally, of course, character should always be factored in as a main priority, but skills, they're so often highly overlooked. Here's an example. Instead of considering, does this person already know how to do something? Asking that question, you could ask yourself, can they learn it? That's very valuable. I've always specifically looked at these specific soft skills, or you can label them as human skills. I only use soft skills because it's more commonly applied, but adaptability, communication, creative thinking, dependability, work ethic, teamwork, positivity, problem solving, critical thinking. I could go on, but I'm focused on those, laser focused. So let's venture into the time machine for a brief moment. A younger Chris Toplack. By trade, you probably know this, I was a radio personality. And despite being successful across various industries and working really hard to be successful, it's still something that my friends, colleagues, customers, and acquaintances still associate with me. It's fine. I've accepted that. And when I made an incredibly difficult decision to transition out of that profession, I was frequently written off. I was rejected or even shunned. It was very strange for not having relevant experience. I get it, right? And it was tough. They would look me dead in the eyes. Then they would glance back at my resume. Typically, they'd be holding it in their hand. Look at me, look at the resume. And really matter-of-factly just state, love your personality, have some great skills. They would even use that word at times, but you don't have the relevant experience we require. Best of luck, kid. I heard that a lot, but I'm quite persistent. So a little piece of humble pie with a side of rejection, it didn't really hold me down, obviously. I kept coming back, and I received some great offers and some great opportunities, but becoming a morning radio personality by age 24 didn't happen by accident. In fact, it's rare that anyone really reaches that level at such a young age, but I depended on my adaptability, my creativity, my work ethic, my communication, and my dependability. I was reliable. I was passionate. I was eager to improve and willing to acquire new information and really ply my craft. So I relied on those skills then, and guess what? I still depend on them to this very day. Those soft skills, particularly adaptability, allowed me to transition into industries such as education, software, marketing, and even consulting. And I'm convinced I didn't belong in even half of those, but each worked out. And I quickly proved myself. And it was because of those skills that I really leaned on. I depended on them. So when you meet with prospects, consider asking yourself whether they are coachable, adaptable, resourceful, passionate, never overlook that, and collaborative. Are they strong communicators? Do they show a genuine interest in wanting to grow as a professional or even as a human being? When it comes to best practices, specific programs, or even industry knowledge, keep in mind it can be taught through onboarding, through mentoring, through coaching. So stop focusing so heavily on experience and place more emphasis on their skills, specifically the transferable ones. Sometimes what you initially want isn't always what you need.